Nicaragua is not a newcomer to the court. On 9 April 1984, tomorrow it will be 40 years, Nicaragua filed an application against the United States for serious violations of international law against its rights and sovereignty. The present case is different, but it has a striking similarity. 40 years ago, in this month of April, during the hearings on provisional measures requested in that case, Nicaragua was asking, among other things, that the court order, and I quote, that the United States should immediately cease and desist from providing directly or indirectly any support, including training, arms, ammunition, supplies, assistance, finances, direction, or any other form of support to any nation, group, organization, movement, or individual engaged or
well, for more on this, Aftab Kamal Pasha joins me now from New Delhi. He is a professor of Middle East Studies at Jawaharlal Nehru University. How significant could this hearing be in terms of a test case?
Yes, this is extremely significant after South Africa. This is the second non-Arab, non-Muslim country which has taken a very bold initiative. As you are aware, Nicaragua has a progressive government, the Sandinista and Daniel Ortega. They have been leading figures speaking out against oppression and violation of human rights in most of the countries. So Nicaragua has taken Germany to the ICJ, although it is a matter of shame that the Arab countries have not taken this issue. But at least Nicaragua, a small country, very near to the United States of America, and which has been facing sanctions from the United States for a long time, has taken this initiative to drag Germany, which has become the second largest arms supplier to Israel in the continuation of the massacre of the Palestinians in Gaza on a large scale for more than 6 months. Although the ICJ has given interim measures about the plausible genocide in Gaza, but Israel has ignored the ICJ's points on several counts, although it has replied, but it continues with the killing of the women, children, and Palestinian people on a large scale, despite appeals from the UN Security Council, from the ICJ, from General Assembly, from the President of the United States, from the European countries, and the global south of more than 150 countries. They have urged Israel. But the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in order to save his position and avoid the criminal cases which are surrounding him from left to right, he is continuing and bent upon continuing the massacre of the Palestinian people. So Nicaragua's case is very strong because Germany under the right-wing government has not only supplied weapons, but it has also withheld or virtually stopped more than $200 million, which it used to give to the Palestinian refugee UNRWA under pressure from Israel on the alleged linkage of UNRWA workers with the October 7 Hamas attack on Israel. Other countries, Western countries, also have followed suit, but some have renewed their contribution to UNRWA. But this is a very significant development which has taken place, and this is going to really shape the ICJ's opinion on this issue, which is continuing to haunt the international community. Although the Western countries claim about the international-based order or upholding the Western-based international order, but at the same time they are undermining here in Gaza, unlike in Ukraine. So there is this blatant contradiction in their approach, which Nicaragua tries to expose in the ICJ, the highest court of the UN structure. It remains to be seen how far new interim measures ICJ will issue, although it will take time. But it is significant that more than one country has highlighted the continuing sufferings of the Palestinian people, despite calls, increasing calls to halt the arms shipments. There is a basic contradiction here, which I see between the so-called appeals from President Biden of the United States. On the one hand, the United States has been supplying massively weapons day in and day out through the planes and shiploads, and massive financial bailout to the Israeli government. And they are making feeble efforts of constructing a port or urging Israel to open new crossings so that humanitarian aid enters. But the situation is becoming dire every day in northern Gaza, particularly where people are faced with famine. So in that way, the conscience of people all over the world is now articulated through a second country, that is Nicaragua. And I hope this will shape the public opinion and impact the judges who have a vital role to play in elevating the sufferings of the Palestinian people, who are undergoing tremendous sufferings in the face of denial of their basic human rights, and who are struggling day in and day out to get some food, medicine, and dignity as human beings, which is being deprived by Israel in the name of self-defense.
Okay, Aftab Kamal Pasha, we'll have to leave it there for now, but thank you very much for your insight, Professor of Middle East Studies there, joining us from New Delhi. We will keep an eye on that hearing as it gets underway.